mes amis, hi guys, here's a little video to kill time, just showing some of my favorite Seiko homages to other brands, usually from Seiko 5. This is the SNXJ 90. I get quite a few queries about these watches. I have the 89, which is the all silver, and I have the 92, which is the one with the gold dial. This one is my favorite. This is the SNXJ 90. You have the two-tone bracelet and that gold-plated bezel. But here you have some sort of a champagne, very light champagne, grayish dial. It really pops well, and it's a simple watch. It kind of pinches my hair on my wrists, but I like to wear it from time to time. It pops. But I gotta say, during the holidays, I tried on the Rolex Datejust 41, I think, with sort of that Wimbledon type of color combo. I think it's a slate dial, and that was gorgeous, but that was 11,000 euros. One day, if I make enough money, maybe I'll grab one of those. Anyway, this is the one I've called the Explotilus. Bit of a mix between an Explorer dial, albeit with different numerals, and Nautilus from Patek. Also a bit of the Gerard Perigo. I mean, anyway, it's that sort of Gerald Genta vibe of integrated bracelet. I really like this one because it's super slim. So I don't really know the size of it, because it varies different points of the watch. It kind of wears like a 41, let's say, but it's very flat, so it's very flattering, pardon the pun, on the wrist. Another fun one, and you just shake it and it goes. I like how the polish is well done on that sort of bezel, and it ties in with the watch, which also has a nice little beveled edge here. It's a really nice detail. You don't really need to do it, and you see how Seiko can do those little details. With the small crown is nice as well. Very nice watch. I like that fairly refined in how it tapers bracelet with a nice brushing. Really a very cool watch. It was only like 70 or 80 euros. This one, and it's I got it brand new. Now something even more rare than that one. This one is sort of the homage to the IWC Ingenieur. It's got that lot of different textures on the dial. It's that sort of teak motif in the middle. Then you have a track around it, and the chapter ring, which is well, it's at 45-degree angle there. Going around, and then those dots punched in on that almost flat, now it's slightly downward angled bezel. Quite original. Very rare to see. This one also has sort of a bizarre bracelet with that polished center link on it, and the color-coded date with the alternative language being the Roman numeral. And look at that seconds hand with that little triangle. So many details. I mean, that's tons of fun. Again, very original case. See a sort of mini crown guards there, repeating on the other side as well. This one is so original. I'm not even sure about the reference. I forgot. It's in my. I did a video review of all those watches. Of course, you can check it out. I think this one is the SNZF something, maybe SNZF 35. And one of my recent favorites. Yeah, I think this is the SNZH 55, which is very appropriate because some people customize it to look like the 50 Fathoms and call it the 55 Fathoms. Everything works well, and I really like this silver color actually more now than the gold and the blue, which at first thought were better, but here the day and date are color coded to the dial, so it's very discreet. And I really like the choice of the hands. Again, you have a little triangle there in the middle of the the seconds hand. A lot of cool little details. I really like the side of the watch. The side is really reminiscent of the Blancpain. Little side note here for all you guys who are reviewing Blancpain watches. You pronounce it Blancpain, not Blancpain. Okay, that's really getting annoying. The bracelet here, it doesn't taper much, and it has some interesting polished details there, but I gotta say, I really want to see this watch on a big black rubber. It feels weird to say those things. Yeah, I think a black rubber, if I can find one like a B rubber type that matches this case, it could look fantastic. Look at the domed crystal hardlex. Very cool. I like the edge of the bezel. Great bezel action on this one. I really recommend it. You're gonna save a lot from that Blancpain. What else do I have? Oh yeah, this one a bit bigger, 43 millimeter. Kind of a bit of a homage to those two-tone Rolex or even the Tudor. I like the rehaut on this watch, or maybe I should say it in French, the Réo, something like that. Very cool hands on it. Cool gold and silver two-tone theme to this watch. Very original bracelet. It's just a funky fun watch. It wears very flat, beautiful case shape. So although it's big, it's very flat on the wrist. Very fun watch, and another very direct homage. It's got its own thing. I think all these watches have their own thing, you know. Let me bring you like a double combo here. If you can't really afford the Breitling or don't want to spend too much on the Breitling, you know, to be honest, I could buy a Breitling Navi timer, but I'm not really that much into it, so it's almost more fun to have the Seiko equivalent. Same for the Blancpain. Yeah, I could pull all my resources, sell 3 or 4 of my nicer watches to buy one, but I'm not that much of a fan of it. So it's much more fun to have the Seiko, you know, that cheeky little knockoff piece if you want. So these ones are the quartz Seiko chronographs with an alarm and all sort of possible calculations. And yeah, it's got that Breitling look, but not exactly the homage. It's really got its little thing going. I don't wear this as much as I should. The bracelet here, yeah, I liked it for a couple of days, but now I'm going to put it back on a NATO. I've already put this fairly cheap leather band with sort of yellow off-white stitching on the gold one, which I never really wear, but it's kind of cool, and I got them for list price, so it didn't cost me a lot. If we stretch it a bit, you could say that the Sarb 033 and the 35, which I have somewhere in a box here, are homages to the Rolex Datejust. It certainly looks a lot like the Grand Seikos. Some Grand Seikos have really this same look, but yeah, it's a bit the Seiko answer to the Datejust at a very affordable price. You know, 6-hour 15 movement works great. Everything on this watch has been really thoughtful, and it's beautiful case, sign crowned. I really like the bracelet on these, very satin-like, with a polished detail on the side. So many details on the watch, beautiful details on the dial as well. Look at the other track, you know, with the subgraduation of the seconds. They didn't have to do all that, and this is the watch where everything came together perfectly. I don't think there's any other model like in the Presage line that they do now that has really been as perfect as this watch. I'm having quickly a look around my watch boxes. Sorry for the interruption. Here on the back you can see, let me try to zoom on it, focus on it, the Bulova Accutron snorkel, which is very accurate, obviously. Yeah, nothing else I have here which really strikes me as an homage. So let's end it where we started it, with the SNXJ 90. I'm gonna refocus here. It's just a cool looking little watch. Yeah, it's a bit cheap to go wear that here in Hong Kong because you see Datejusts everywhere. But once in a while I like it. If I have a nice tan on my skin like today, after going to the pool with the kids last weekend, it really pops. Check this out. Ain't this fun? Yeah, that's what I like about Seiko 5. You know, they're bringing the fun at the 70 to 150 bucks level, and that's what it's all about. All right, guys, that was a cheeky little video for you. Hope you've enjoyed it, and I speak to you in the next one. Bye bye.